So glad you made it this morning. Today we have a practice, gentle flow for de-stressing and relaxation. And I'm just going to start my watch. So for that, we will just begin by placing our right hand on our heart and our left hand on our belly, just getting in a comfortable position, whatever that feels like. Being your legs, whatever feels good. And just coming into our breath and in stillness. Closing our eyes. And settling in, feeling the earth beneath us, supporting us. Begin to start our breath down left hand with our belly, and then our chest, and just gently exhaling. And just becoming more aware of our breath. And as we breathe, feeling our mind settle. Feeling the rise and fall of our belly and then our chest. And just noting that anytime we start feeling some stress build or rise in our bodies and our minds, that coming back to our breathing is such a calming technique. We can just put our hand on our heart and on your belly to remind ourselves, or just coming to noticing our breath. And then slowing our breath down and lengthening the inhale, lengthening the exhale. And then with our eyes closed still, we'll just take our left hand and just set it on the ground. I like to set it not on my mat, just on directly onto the ground. And just send any more stress or anything that we're ready to let go of down through our arm, through our hand, and into the ground. Letting it go. And then just gently fluttering our eyes open, making our way to all fours. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see me. You can go the other way though if it's more comfortable. Just to all fours and just forward and back on our gently on our wrists, just to awaken our wrists. We'll spend a little time on them today, still with the intention of really de-stressing movements and letting go. So if it's possible to turn your fingers out to the side, and maybe they can even turn and face our knees, we'll just go forward and backwards. Just really gently awakening our wrists and our forearms. And just breathing. If anything comes up, just breathe, exhale it out. And then take your wrists and turn palms up, fingers toward your knees, and support yourself mostly on your knees and just give a little stretch on the other side. Just releasing any tension in our wrists and forearms. And then just sit back and give it a little twist. Shake it out. You can even shake out the shoulders, roll them up and back and down. There we go. Okay, back to all fours. As we look forward, drop your belly into a cow. Inhale and exhale to round. Shoulders right over our wrists, hips right over our knees, moving with our breath 3 or 4 times, inhaling. And then exhale to round. Tuck the hips, tuck the chin, lengthening, rounding out the spine. Just moving with breath, however your breath is moving today. And then coming to neutral spine and lengthen your right leg out behind us. And then take the right leg and cross it over. Oh, we got plants. Cross it over to your left side. And then look over your left shoulder and peek at those toes. And think of pulling your left hip forward, right hip back, so that the right side of the body is stretching and lengthening open. And if looking over your shoulder, your neck isn't ready for that, you're going to just drop it down, just staying strong in our shoulders and not dumping into them. Nice. And then take that same right leg out to the side and just let that foot rest on the ground. And we'll come up to here and just take a gentle inhale, sweeping it up. Sweeping up. And then exhale, right hand gently to right leg. And taking it over. So we don't want to put any pressure on the knee or on the leg here. Just right arm is loose. Opening up the left elbow. Lengthening out the left side of the body. And then a gentle inhale. And then exhale, left hand down to the ground into a side stretch. This right arm can reach up to the sky, opening the heart, opening the chest, opening the shoulder, lengthening the spine, with an option to even lift that right leg, going for a little core strengthening and opening. You can even take this right hand up over the head. Nice. And then come back up and back to all fours, keeping this right leg out. I'm just going to move back a little bit so you can see. So we'll take our right arm and sweep open, and then exhale and thread the needle, right arm. So we're going in opposite direction. Just gently opening the shoulders, opening the hips, finding our breath, inhaling love and rest and relaxation, and letting exhaling out the old. And then on your next inhale, sweep it open, and then to all fours. Now we'll lengthen the left leg. There's my shoulder. Take that left hip and let it drop away from your shoulder and lengthen out the left side of the body. And just breathing into that space wherever you feel tightness or stretching, breathing into that space. And then gently left leg out to this side as we sweep our arms up. Inhale, big inhale, filling the lungs. And then exhale over toward that leg. Opening up the heart, the chest, the collarbones. Opening up that right side of the body. And then big inhale up. And exhale, right hand down to a long stretch. This left arm can stay up or it can migrate up over the head. You can even go for some balance. Just finding our breath gently. Lengthening out the spine, the side of the body. Maybe there's another ½ inch to breathe into. Finding length and space. And then leaving that leg out, come back to center. And then open the left side. Inhale. And exhale, thread this arm through. And just gently. Oh, feeling a little stretch maybe in the inner thighs and the hips and the shoulders. Finding our breath. Just gently letting things move along inside of us. Whatever we're feeling. Just acknowledging it, letting it flow. And then on your next inhale, sweep up, open, and exhale to all fours. I'm going to turn on my mat now. And then just take whatever movement your body feels like would be helpful at this point. Cat-cow or side to side, wiggling the hips. We carry a lot of our stress, so just keep wiggling and doing a lot of our stress in our hips. And feeling it in our hip flexors. That is our deepest core muscle, our psoas muscle. So we're going to see if we can kind of get to that today and loosen it up a little bit. So from here, just tuck those toes and gently scroll, knees super bent, into a down dog. Knees really bent, finding this length, this space right here in our lower back. And just taking a moment to pedal your feet, rocking our hips, focusing on what is needful today, what will help release some of the old stuck tension in our bodies. And then breathing it in and out. And then walk your big toes together. We'll just lift that right leg up with our next inhale. And exhale to set it down. Lift the left leg. Inhale, keeping that space in our lower back. And exhale it down. Let's do that again with our right leg. Inhale up. And exhale. And left side. Inhale. Lengthening our spine. Relaxing our neck. And then up on our big toes and gently walk forward to our first forward fold. Ragdoll, just hang here loosely. You can grab your elbows or leave your fingertips on the ground, whichever feels good, and just gently rock side to side. And then with our next inhale, hands to shins, lengthen the spine. Inhale, sending the tailbone back and the tip of the head forward, heart forward, and exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times with your own breath flow. Inhale to flat back, lengthening. And exhale, forward fold. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then with a nice deep bend, sweep all the way up. Inhale up. Fingertips touch. And then exhale to heart. Hands to heart. And just take a moment. You can reset the wardrobe. Close your eyes, settle in, and just noticing our thumbs on our heart, the ground beneath us. We are supported, finding our breath. And so number one tool for stress when we feel it starting to creep in is coming to our breath. So finding our breath, slowing our inhale, lengthening our exhale, feeling the ground beneath us, coming to the present moment. So often stress arises when we jump into the future and start imagining stories about what's going to happen or what could happen, or when we go to the past and relive old stuff, and come to let those both go and to change what the possibilities for what can happen in the future. We come to a place where we're grounded and we're settled and we're breathing, and our mind can settle in so that we can act and show up in a new way, creating a new future. So with those thoughts of breathing, of being grounded and still and present, you're going to take a big inhale up, sweep it up, all bringing all the goodness and love in, and then exhale, dive down. Nice, gentle, moving with our breath. Inhale to flat back. Exhale down, forward fold, and then we're going to take our right leg, nice big step back, drop the knee, point the toe, and inhale, look forward. And then exhale, and we're going to scroll back till the toes point up and the leg is straight. And we're just going to move with our breath. Move with your own breath several times. Inhale, and then exhale. Just stretching out hips, opening hips, dropping them down. And then the back, awakening the back of that leg, the hamstrings. Maybe you're feeling it in your lower back or hips. Breathing, opening. And exhale forward. Do that a couple more times at your own speed, moving however it feels right. Or staying it. Find a that feels like it would be spend a little time there, just a little time there. And then we'll be back right here. We'll take our both hands in that left foot, and then just let that left foot go out to the mat into lizard. And so what more opening of our hips is available here? Feels a little different. You can rock side to side, opening those hips, supporting us with our hands and our feet. Maybe we can even go down to our palms. Maybe it's possible even to come down to one elbow or maybe two. Again, coming back to our breath. Letting those hips open, breathing into those spaces. And then if you're on your elbow, great. If you're on your palm, great. We're just going to open into a twist. So same arm as knee opens up, finding more length, more space, spine long, shoulders strong, breathing. And then exhale down, coming back up to hands if you're not there. And we're just going to slowly rotate down onto that right hip. Whoo. Nice lengthening. And then is it possible to come up into a side plank? You can support it with this foot. If you'd like a little more strengthening today, you can come to the side plank with both feet. You can play with it. You could drop into a little back bend. Just find what you'd like to do today. And then when you're ready, come back with leg here, rotating, finding our way to down dog. Nice, beautiful job. Again, knees are soft, finding that length and space in our lower back. And then a yogi's choice. You could stay here, you could drop into child's pose or any pose that your body is asking for. And an option to take a little vinyasa if you'd like to build a little strength today. Finding ourselves back in down dog together. Big inhale, right foot comes up. And exhale it down. Big inhale, left foot comes up. And exhale it down. And then take 2 steps up to our hands. And ragdoll. Maybe this time our legs are a little straighter. Maybe our chest is closer to our thighs as we hang. Breathing into spaces and letting go the old stuff that's there. And then inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep it all the way up. Inhale. And exhale to heart center. And just take a moment to close your eyes, settle in, come back to our breath. And we'll take a moment to do stress busting tool number 2, which is gratitude. Feeling the ground beneath us, feeling our breath lengthen, feeling our bodies settle in, thoughts settle, and just allowing gratitude to wash over us. Gratitude for this moment, whatever it looks like. Gratitude that we get to experience it. Gratitude for whatever comes to you, and just feel it. And then fluttering our eyes open, sweep up, just embrace it, take it all in. And then dive down, exhale. Inhale to that flat back we practiced before. And then exhale, step left leg back. Drop the knee, point the toe. Inhale to look forward. And then exhale to scroll back. Toes go up to the sky, leg lengthens. You can even take your chest toward that thigh. And then we're just going to work this forward and back. Inhaling and exhaling several times. And again, just moving with your breath, with your body. And if there's a place to stop and notice and experiment in that space, by all means, just listening to what is needed in this moment. Awakening the hips and the backs of the legs. And then we'll all find ourselves up at the top here. Letting the hips drop. Maybe there's another ½ inch. And we'll move our hands inside that leg and walk the foot outside to the side of the mat. And into lizard, and let the hips Breathing into those hips. Let them just open up. And maybe it's possible to come down to an elbow or two, just playing with whatever feels good. Whatever is the best hip opening for you on this side, which could be totally different than the other side. Breathing, you can rock, you can wiggle. And then when you're ready, take the right arm open into a twist, opening to that same shoulder, same knee. If it's too much from the elbow, you can come up on the hand. Whatever feels good. Big inhale. Exhale to let it go. Nice. Then we're going to point our right toes to the back and drop our left hip. And you can stay up on your hand. You can drop it down. You can look over that right shoulder. Lots of options in this position. Just watching our joints, our knees okay. Shoulders strong. And then, is it possible to lift up? With lots of options here. Again, side plank supported. Side plank. Playing with balance. Playing with a wild thing back bend if you'd like to go there. Yogi's choice. And then when you're ready, supporting yourself, and we'll find ourselves in our down dog. And then whatever feels right here. Are you ready for a child's pose? Would you like to stay here? Would you like to take a vinyasa? Whatever we'd like to do. Finding ourselves back in down dog. Nice. Inhale, right foot up. And then exhale, keep it there. Here's our fun little challenge for the day. We've been practicing our hopping. So this is a different kind of hop. We're going to take this right foot that's up and hop it to the mat as we lift our left foot. So it looks like that. And if it's possible to take it halfway, we're going to go for that. So this right foot hops halfway forward, the left foot hops to the sky as we come into like a standing split. Hips parallel to the ground, lengthening that right leg, lengthening the spine, getting a nice stretch in the back of that right leg. And then drop the left leg forward fold. Nice. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, back to down dog. Let's try the other side. Big toes together, lift the left leg. So this left foot will hop forward, right foot up. And you could try that a couple times just for fun. Left leg up, and then a little hop. And come into standing split, keeping hips parallel to the ground. Lengthening the left leg. Feeling that stretch down the hamstring and the calf, lengthening the spine, and then drop the right foot. Exhale to forward fold. Nice. And then as we inhale, we're going to come up to chair. Just glance down, make sure you can see your big toes. Sitting back, finding that space in our lower spine. Dropping our shoulders away from our ears. Finding some strength in the back of our legs. We just stretched. Finding our breath, opening our heart. Beautiful. And then we're going to just roll over into our right foot. You can even lift your left foot up, keeping our hips still in line with each other, and then standing all the way up to one-legged mountain. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to grab this shin. Bring it in, release that hip. Standing tall. Just get a nice hip release right here. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna let this leg float back into warrior three. Hands can be at the heart, out to the side, back, front. The key here is keeping our hips parallel. Keeping them in line. Nice, and then drop hands to the mat. Take that leg all the way up to the sky. Open that left hip. Breathing. And then let that left foot drop back and sweep into warrior two. Whew. Nice job. We'll reverse it and straighten that leg. And then just sweep into triangle. Hip goes out, shoulder forward. Nice. Big inhale to lengthen. Exhale to frame that foot and then step back into three-legged dog. So that right foot's up. And if you'd like to take that little hop, this right foot goes halfway. We come to right here. Lengthen that standing leg. Lengthen the lengthen the left leg. And then step together, forward fold. Nice job. As we inhale, sweep into chair. Dropping shoulders. Finding some strength in the back sides of our legs, the thighs. As we put our weight in our left foot, you can start floating the right foot. And then when you're ready, come up to one-legged mountain and exhale to grab the shin right there. Oh, just let that hip flexor release, standing tall. And then when you're ready, keeping our hips parallel, keep them aligned, go into warrior three. Nice, strong, standing leg. It's just practice. Lengthening, strengthening. And then when you're ready, just drop into warrior two. Reverse it and straighten that leg. And then rotate into triangle. Beautiful, lengthening the spine, lengthening the legs, grounding into the ground, finding our breath, breathing with it. Big inhale to open our hearts. Exhale to frame that foot, kick it back all the way, three-legged dog. And again, an option here to do that little hop. So this left foot will hop forward, coming into standing split. And then take your feet wide and we'll drop into squat. Wide pinky toes out to the edge of the mat. Ah, there we are. Release. Again, inner thighs pressing against elbows, elbows pressing into the legs. Tailbone dropping down, the crown of the head reaching up, and just finding our breath. Beautiful. And then just gently finding a seated position. And because we've been working it this summer, let's come into our boat. We'll practice this. Could be here or here, wherever it is today. Lifting up, lifting our heart, finding, keeping our breath for 5 breaths. Pulling belly button in toward our spine and up under the ribs. Breathing. One more breath cycle here. Lift and then release. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out, and roll over in cobbler's pose or butterfly. And with each exhale, just letting whatever is in there that's ready to be released come out. And then just gently coming out of that, knees up to the sky to release our hips as we slowly lay down on our mat. Let's do one more. Let's take peace fingers, grab your big toes, and come into baby. Happy baby, and just rock side to side. One last release for that hip flexor, the psoas muscle. Some people call it the soul muscle. It's our deepest, innermost core muscle. And it holds on to a lot of stress. It can. And so when we can release it and exhale it out, gives our body a little break. So if you feel like your hips are pretty relaxed at this point, if you keep your knees bent, it will stay relaxed. So an option to just do butterfly or cobbler's pose in Shavasana. That might be too much on your hips or your lower back, in which case you can straighten out your legs. And when we do, it does start engaging that psoas. So yogi's choice. Whatever you'd like, whatever feels right in this moment. And just settling into finding that breath again, the rise of our belly, and our chest, and then a long exhale. Feeling the ground supporting us, holding us up, cradling us. Acknowledging that when we start feeling stress, it's just old programming in our thoughts. And we are not our thoughts. We can step back and notice them. We are greater than our thoughts. And we can go into gratitude. And then the third tool for stress that you can reach for besides breath and gratitude for the present moment, for what is, for the lessons that we're learning in this moment. Gratitude for this moment. The third thing is to go to your superpower. Is your superpower humor? Is it the ability to love others, to serve, is it do you have a spiritual superpower where you can connect with the divine or connect with others? What is your superpower? Those three things can help flip us from negative into positive. So with that, just let your thoughts settle. Finding our breath, coming to the center of our brain, the eye of the storm, where everything is still, where we can be present, where we can drink deeply of the love that's available all the time. I invite you, if possible, to stay in Shavasana for a couple more minutes and just really, really take the time for yourself. I give gratitude for each of you showing up today. Loved seeing you, loved having you. Namaste.